Hello, Crypto Growth fam. Flare Network is in a league of its own when it comes to use cases, services, what it is doing for the world of crypto and finance. Why is that, folks? Because, folks, if we talk about F assets, if we talk about the narratives, if we talk about different sectors it is disrupting, if we talk about the use cases in terms of DeFi, decentralized finance, oracles, you name it, folks. And if we combine that with an approach that Flare Network is bringing, which is truly decentralized, being a layer one, I mean, it is unprecedented. If we talk about Ethereum, it requires Chainlink for its Oracle services. Meanwhile, Flare as a layer one is depending on its own totally, folks. Look at this Web 2 to Web 3. That's always been part of the plan. And this is Flare Network official. It has posted this recently. Check this out. XRP treasury strategy on Flare, regenerative, capital efficient, and built with the security and compliance institutions need. This is what any institution requires. It requires a project which is transparent, which is decentralized, and has good use cases. And this partnership, look at this. Hugo explains why our partnership with Vivo, a publicly traded company embracing an XRP centric strategy, is so powerful. So let's hear from Mr. Hugo Fillion.
So today, I'm thrilled to announce that Flare has set up a definitive strategic partnership between Vivo Power and Flare to deploy $100 million US in XRP for institutional yield generation on Flare. This is a major milestone, not just for Vivo Power, but for the broader XRP ecosystem. It marks the first major execution of Vivo Power's new corporate strategy and a powerful signal that XRP can play a central role in institutional treasury management. At the heart of this partnership is Flare's F-Asset system. It's a non-custodial protocol that allows XRP to be used in smart contract applications without compromising its native security. And this deployment is the first institutional scale validation of that. In many ways, it establishes Flare as this essential programmable utility layer for the XRP ecosystem. What makes this strategy especially powerful is that it's regenerative. Vivo Power will generate yield through protocols on Flare, like Firelight, and then reinvest that yield back into XRP. This creates a perpetually compounding, capital-efficient approach to managing treasury assets.
Awesome. Folks, check this out. We're going to be looking at this in a moment as well. How to bring Web 2 data on chain with the Flare data connector. This is a full video tutorial from Ethereum Global Cane. So let's just look at bits and pieces of this, although this is long, 26 minutes long.
Available on GitHub. So let me open that up really quickly. The Flare Hardhead Starter is a good baseline for your project because it's basically found.
Folks, now this is something practical that is happening. The codes that are at work, the developments taking place, all the boring stuff. This is the boring stuff that has been happening with Flare ever since day one. It wants to transition from Web 2 to Web 3 and provide so many different use cases.
Functioning code. I have already cloned that and basically copied the example environment file to the environment file. And now let's look at we don't have first of all, let's look at the contract that we will need. And this one is under contracts and FDC example Web2 JSON. The other contracts within this, or the other files within this folder, are all different examples for different attestation types. what this contract does, it simply goes to, it simply takes an input of a Star Wars character and saves it to a list. So a very, very basic thing. What is more interesting is the script that actually goes through the whole of the user workflow, and the script is saved in scripts, FDC example, and Web2JSON. So I will run the script so it goes off in the background while I quickly explain how it works. So if I scroll down to the main function, you can see that each of the functions here corresponds to one of the steps in the workflow that I have described. So we first of all prepare the attestation request. In this step, we get the data that we have predefined and basically make a GET request or a POST request to the verifier server, which gives us back the ABI encoded data. With that ABI encoded data, we can submit the attestation request to the FDC Hub contract, and then we have to wait for the run to finalize, which basically happens within the retrieve data improve function. And with that, we can get the data improve back. We can also then deploy our contract, the Star Wars character list that I briefly showed. You could just as easily access a static pre-deployed contract at this point, and then we interact with it by giving it the proof. So if I open up the terminal, we can see that first of all the request was prepared. This was the data we inputted, the URL, the JQ filter, and the ABI signature. And the ABI signature is the encoding of our Solidity struct, and I will show you how you can get that the simplest way possible. We see that the data we provided was valid. This is the ABI encoded request, and we submitted that to the FDC Hub contract. This all happened in the voting round with the ID, with this ID basically. And then we also got back the proof, so the proof is constructed from, first of all, the hex encoded response. This is where our data is, and then the actual proofs that we need to check. And lastly, we deployed and verified the contract, inputted the proof, and the Star Wars character we were looking at was R2D2 with the body mass index of 34, if anyone was interested. The ABI signature hack, the transport object that you define. And then there are only a few more modifications left. Namely, you need to deploy your contract either in this script or in a separate script. And then you need to access the contract here, of course, and interact with it. And the interact with contract script, function, is the one you would be modifying to accept the input that matches your contract, and of course calling the function on that contract. And so these are all the necessary modifications to get the project working with a simple one contract example. But there are of course much more complicated things that you can do, and I recommend that you look at the other guides for inspiration on that. But with that, I think I'll conclude this. If you have any additional questions after the Q&A, visit at the booth. But yeah, now we have 10 minutes for questions. So yeah, a question right there. I think he will bring you the microphone.
Thanks a lot for your talk. I see I saw you use proof. Is that like Groth 16 proof, or is that anything signature or something like that?
Yes. So the proof that we use is basically just a custom struct that we have defined. I mean, it's wait. The question was is it a zk proof? It is not. It's it's a simple struct called a proof because it has it contains an array of Merkle proofs that can be cross-checked against the data so that the data is valid, but it is not a Merkle proof. I can open up the proof, the proof struct itself. It's basically, it has an array of Merkle proofs and a response struct, which again contains the attestation type, source ID, request body and response body, and data is stored within the response body. Cool. Another question there.
Hey, for the data connectors, can you embed API keys or like sensitive information when you make some API calls to external data?
So the question is, can you embed sensitive information within the data?
Folks, the developments happen behind the scenes with all the boring stuff that is happening, like this tutorial that how Web2 data on chain is being brought by the Flare data connector. These are the layers that differentiates a good project from an average project. You need a project that is constantly developing, constantly doing something unique. Look at this. FLR powers FXRP in 3 key ways. As one of the 3 collateral assets backing minting, securing the oracle that verifies XRP deposits on XRPL, as the gas token for minting and redeeming. So this is where the utility lies. The token, it is being utilized in the infrastructure as a collateral for minting, redeeming, and this is where a project like XRP is being benefited from Flare network. You cannot there is not any other project that can claim utility for utility project, folks. So this is utility for utility. The latest FLR burn is complete. 66 million FLR has been permanently removed from circulation. Obviously, this will increase demand as the circulation becomes much more scarce. Part of the broader 2.1 billion FLR burn plan. Okay, check this out. Flare network TVL 238.9 million plus 8.01%. Stablecoin market cap 128.0 million plus 2.72%, folks. There is a really good article over here as well on CoinDesk. Check this out. August 5th. Retail XRP holders will soon be able to tap DeFi on Flare. No seed phrase needed. XRP holders will soon be able to wrap the token into FXRP via Flare's F-Assets protocol and deploy it across staking and liquidity products. This is written, I think, by Shaurya Malwa over here and edited by Parikshit Mishra. So look at this. What to know. Luminite, a seedless wallet aimed at making DeFi accessible to XRP holders by adding smart contract functionality, is launching on Flare. This is the key news over here as well. I'm going to be sharing this in a moment. Luminite eliminates seed phrases using passkeys, biometrics, or email sign-ins, and allows users to engage with DeFi protocols on Flare. XRP holders will soon be able to wrap their tokens into FXRP using Flare's F-Assets protocol. So this is what we're talking about: constant updates, constant developments. This is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, this is it. Illuminite is a non-custodial wallet. Developers are already playing around with the new Flare native wallet. They're into it. Can't wait for you to check it out. Check this out.
There is a special tab for earn.
This is the wallet, folks. Check out the interface. So smooth, so sleek. Awesome. Bridge, swap, dashboard, history, earn. Talking about earning, Flare network is really good with rewards, staking, and passive income. Okay, check this out. Firelight behind the scenes, XRP locked on XRPL, FDC verifies deposit, enables F assets to mint FXRP on Flare networks. This is the economic security marketplace. Demand side, supply side. Well, let's first see the supply side. Stakers deposit assets to receive LSTs and Firelight points. Operators, fee-based compensation, manages technical infrastructure. Risk isolated vaults, launch vault, feature complete, multiple vaults. The demand side is economically secured services, leads economic security for decentralized services. It reduced operational complexity. This is what we're talking about. And talking about the narratives that Flare is disrupting, check this out. The fact that Flare has 5 narratives should make you instantly bullish. And it is not only disrupting these narratives and sectors, it is excelling in every sector that it is a part of. Talking about AI, real world assets, DeFi, gaming, data, you name it, folks. Let's check out some technicals over here as well. Look at this. Flare is holding above the 20 EMA red line. This confirms that Flare is still in a bullish uptrend. Check this out. Crucial support levels though. Let's hope that it remains above these levels. Check this out. Yeah, calling this a sleeping giant is an understatement. Flare brings smart contract capability that is in a league of its own. So this is what we're talking about. Flare network is unique. It is different. It is providing something great to the world of finance, to the world of crypto, and it indeed is in a league of its own. Considering it fulfills the potential, the team fulfills the potential and continues on to develop. Anyways, folks, what do you guys think about it? Do you agree? Is it in a league of its own or not? Is it providing utility for utility projects in a good manner? I would really like your opinions. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Anyways, guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and potential gems. And you can also support the channel by checking out Patreon by following the link in the description box below. Until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.